16615, Triple Crown Estates LLC. Location is east side of Placid Avenue, south of Nicholas Lane, Hopog, property zone R10. Request to increase the maximum front yard paving from 25% to 37%.
Madam Chairman, I've submitted a power of attorney form. Okay. For the record, again, my name is Michael Morbillo, architect, Inspired Design Group, 1650 Sycamore Avenue, Bohemian, New York. The application before you today is for an existing driveway, which was constructed above the allowable percentage, 25%. This is for a new residence, which has recently been completed. The initial driveway plan was for approximately 18-foot wide driveway on a little bit less than 75-foot wide lot. Due to the narrowness of the lot and the width of the garage that the driveway leads up to, the driveway was constructed as wide, if not a little bit wider, than the current two-car garage. Therefore, we need to be before you this evening for an increase in the paving area from 25 to 37%. The application not have an adverse impact on the environment or the neighborhood. It is self-created. There's no other means to remedy the driveway due to the two-car width on the garage. If the board has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them at this time.
Okay, planning? Gentlemen? No question. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved. Second.
Lady moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Next case, case 1-16566, Francis and Deborah Griess, whatever, is adjourned to March 27. Next case is case 16598-1, John Keene, 11 Beach Hill Drive, Fort Salonga. Location, north side of Beach Hill Drive, west of Soundview Drive, Fort Salonga, property zone R21. Request variance to increase retaining wall height from 6 feet to 11, reduce setback of structures to surface water from 100 feet to 70. Your name, please?
John Keene, 16 Beach Hill Drive, Fort Salonga.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Would you like this gentleman to speak for you?
Yes.
Okay. May I have your name and spell your last name?
My name is Michael Williams, Williams. I'm a principal of R&W Engineers, PC, 131 East Main Street in Bayshore, New York.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, members of the board, good evening. I'll be brief. We are the engineers and developed the plans for the retaining walls on behalf of Mr. Keene. That's before you this evening. And I'd like to address the area variance considerations as it pertains to the retaining walls. Number one, that it would not produce an impact on adjacent properties on the neighborhood. The walls are not adjacent to the neighboring properties. They are fully contained within the rear yard of the subject parcel. It is not substantial. The proposed walls do not result in any increase in property elevation. The walls are generally to replace existing failing walls and to mitigate the steep slope in the rear yard that Mr. Keene has presently, which is somewhat hazardous condition in going from the back door down to this swimming pool area in the patio. So these retaining walls that we've proposed will actually create more flat space, less erosion of the slope. The benefit cannot be achieved by an alternative because the existing walls are failing. Walls are necessary to sustain use of the rear yard and the pool. The variance would not cause an adverse effect on the environment. The wall construction will be generally short in duration and contained to areas already cleared and improved. And the difficulty was not created by the applicant or a former owner. The existing property topography necessitates retaining walls. The original construction included retaining walls. So I'd like to answer any questions that you may have.
My understanding that it is, the LWRP was adopted by the town board?
That is correct.
Okay. However, I do not have a secret, so there will be no action tonight till we get a secret, all right?
That's fine.
Okay. Is there anything else, Mr. Planning?
A few things I think the board would want to know. First is the planning department recommends approval of the retaining walls. They don't face adjacent properties. From a visual impact standpoint, a person would have to be very far out into Long Island Sound to see the taller retaining wall, and at which point it'd be difficult to tell the difference between an 11-foot and a 6-foot wall. The second part with respect to the distance between the water and the structure, we recommend approval on as well, because the circumstances here are unique. If you go along the private properties fronting Long Island Sound, virtually all of them are at the tops of bluffs. In this situation, there was a gully that seems to predate development, and this house was built in the gully. So the slope behind this house is not as steep as it is for all of the other ones west of Callahan's Beach. And that's somewhat significant with respect to erosion, where they're susceptible to erosion, much more susceptible. This one is not.
Thank you. Gentlemen, any questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Good evening. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Yes.
Mailing?
Oh, of course. Do you have everything? You have the green cards? Did I close it? All right, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved. Second.
It's very moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next case is case 16548, Michael Wertheim, 275 River Road, Smithtown location, east side of Nissaquah River Road, north of Edgewood Avenue, Smithtown, property zone R43. Request variance permit driveway slope to exceed 8% to 12%, increase the maximum permitted paved surface in the side yard from 25% to approximately 30%.
Donald King, 75 East Main Street, Kings Park, New York, attorney for the applicant. I understand that there was a house on this property prior to this new home. It was there for about 50 years. So this driveway was in existence with this slope prior to them building the house. And should you turn it down, they'd have to use a crane to get their cars down to the garage. I mean, it was an existing driveway that they've rebuilt this beautiful new home, and it's under contract, so that's the reason for the slope increase from 8 to 12. But they won't be able to use the garage if you tell them no.
Okay.
With
Let me
re-
ask you, was the retaining wall there, or is that's new?
Which one?
At the end of the driveway?
This is Mike Wertheim. He'll answer
That retaining wall
I-
was
Before you even talk,
Sorry.
let me tell you, give me your name and your address.
Michael Wertheim, 5 Shetland Lane, St. James.
All right. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay. That retaining wall was there. It was a wooden, rotted-out railroad tie that we repaired with the stones.
Okay. The only reason we're saying it, I think, planning, do you have anything? I think when we came down that driveway, you know, we do visit all the sites.
Sure.
There was a problem as far as seeing the traffic coming when you were trying to come out of your driveway.
Okay.
My recollection is when we inspected it, that there was a safety problem looking to the north, I think.
Yes.
I know we built the wall to the same dimensions that was there before, so I don't really have an answer for the safety outside of I know there's mirrors there that cover, I guess, both sides of the traffic. And again, the wall was there already. We just aesthetically made it look a little nicer. And quite frankly, from a safety standpoint, I know it's next to a temple that housed a preschool at the time, and my kids went there. So the last thing in the world I wanted was stuff falling all over the place. It was just, I figured it would be a lot safer with a actual real retaining wall as opposed to what was thrown up there before.
Did you increase the height?
No.
Okay. Anything else?
No comments, thank you.
Planning, anything, gentlemen? Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
With respect to the increase of the driveway, that's a little kick out down at the bottom of the hill. The 5% from 25 to 30%.
Yeah.
Okay?
we were aware
Do
of
you want me to go through the elements?
No, I don't think it's necessary.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved. Second.
It's readily moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Next case is case 16594, Invigen Pharmaceutical, 9 Oster Avenue, Hauppauge, location, southwest corner of Oster Avenue and Old Willets Path, Hauppauge, property zone LI. Request variance to increase the number of ground signs from a maximum of 1 per parcel to 2 per parcel. And your name, please.
Gary J. Bruno, B-R-U-N-O, architect, 1225 Locust Avenue, Bohemia, New York.
Okay. And I know you have the power of attorney.
Oh, you bet.
Okay.
We weren't doing that again.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
The parcel here to discuss tonight is approximately 4.5 acres. It's on the southwest corner of Old Willets Path and Oster Avenue in Hauppauge. The parcel is fully improved with an industrial building occupied by Invigen Pharmaceutical. It's bordered on the south and west by industrial buildings occupied by Bactolac Pharmaceutical. Presently, there is a code-compliant sign on Old Willets Path. The action presented tonight is to add a second sign on Oster Avenue, thus having 2 signs on the same parcel. This new sign will be identical to the existing sign in all respects and fully code-compliant. Its location on Oster Avenue will be to mark the parking lot entrance from that roadway. As this is a corner parcel, it's not unreasonable to ask for an additional sign on the second street frontage. Ironically, I'd like to note that the town of Smithtown required for this hearing that we post each street frontage with a sign clearly acknowledging the needs and benefits of signs on both street frontages. The parcel is owned L1 and is 197,626 square feet. The required parcel size is only 80,000 square feet. This parcel has all the dimensional criteria to have been legally split into 2 parcels. Each would have had their own sign. As such, the same size parcel would, as of right, have had 2 signs, probably with 1 on each street frontage, which is exactly what we're asking for tonight. As for the 5 considerations, this variance would not produce any impact on adjacent properties or the neighborhood because of its minor size. The request is not substantial because the sign is a very minor improvement as compared to the overall development of the property. The benefit can only be achieved cannot be achieved by any other alternative because the parcel has 2 frontages but only 1 sign. The variance would not cause an adverse impact on the environment because it's a minor improvement on an already fully developed parcel. And the difficulty was not created by the applicant or a former owner because the lot is a corner parcel. As always, if you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. Planning? Gentlemen?
No, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Is there anyone here that would like to be heard on this application? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the hearing.
So moved. Second.
It's really moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you. That concludes our hearing for tonight. Our hearing.